Hello, this is London Silver. This is part 3 of What If Deku was Ghostbur, Wilbur, Shlatt, Glatt, and Ghostinnit and Tommyinnit. Okay, so, recap, not crap, I swear. He visited his mom's grave, and then he fell asleep on the couch with J-Cat and a friend. Also, J-Cat, if you're watching, hello, this is your shout out. But let's continue. I woke up on the couch and I feel Friend and J-Cat on my chest, and I pet them both. I carefully placed them off and went to the bathroom to go take a shower. I look in the mirror and I see my eyes red from crying. I chuckle and get pulled into a meeting, and Shlatt says, "You look like shit." "Oh, why thank you." I end it and get in the shower. After I got out and then go to my room and change. I get out of my room after changing and put my hair in a ponytail. I walk into the living room and sit back on the couch with J-Cat and Friend and take a nap. I woke up and ordered some food while I sat on the couch. I then opened the window and it was pouring, going hard, and I was wondering if the delivery will even come. After an hour, the doorbell rings. I open the door and I see a guy with curly purple hair and tired eyes and has my food. I take out my money and say, "Thanks for the food. Here's the money." I hand him the money and he says, "Okay, thanks." I look outside and it's flooding and might become even worse. I invite him inside and he accepts the offer because he looked like he'll just stepped in the shower with fully clothed within 2 minutes of stepping in the rain, since he used his bag to get here. He let himself in and I say, "I'm gonna put the heater on so you could just sit on the couch with my pet. Don't worry, he won't bite. Maybe the cat, but not the sheep." He then says, "Thanks." He sits off the couch and goes straight for J-Cat, and then Friend. And then Friend lays on his lap, which surprises him, which was kind of funny. I turn on the heater and then says, "You okay?" The guy then says, "Could I take a shower and borrow some clothes?" I say, "Oh, sure. Will this be okay?" I take a t-shirt and a baggy pants, and he says, "It's okay." I then put a towel in the bathroom and let him go in. I sit on the couch after 30 minutes and I hear the door open and went to my room where I put his clothes. I put them and make some hot chocolate for myself and wait for the guy to see what he wants to drink later. He comes out with the t-shirt and the baggy pants and sits on the couch next to me. I then say, "Do you want anything to drink?" He then says, "Yeah, can I have coffee?" I say, "Sure." I get up and make some coffee and say, "So what's your name?" He says, "I'm Shinso Hitoshi. What's yours?" I say, "Izuku Midoriya." Shinso then says, "Do you live alone?" I stop for a split second before continuing and I say, "Yeah." I then put his cup on the table near him and I sat down. He took the cup and took a sip and says, "Oh wow, this is really good." He then takes another sip, which makes me smile. I say, "I'm glad. We talked about each other for hours, getting to know each other, talking about ourselves, our lives, our interests." It had gotten late and I offered him to stay the night. I offered him to sleep in my room and I would sleep in the other room. He agreed and I put some stuff away so he wouldn't find anything that could get me arrested. Just in case. Shinso went into my room and I went into my mother's room, which made old memories rush back with ill nature. I walked over to the bed and laid down, slowly drifting into sleep. In the morning, I got up and made breakfast. Then Shinso got up and walked to the table and asked, "What's for breakfast?" I say, "I came to like American and British breakfast, so if you don't mind eating it." I then put down a plate, and Shinso starts to drool at the mouth while I put down a plate of 3 fluffy pancakes, 3 sausages, 3 bacon strips, 4 scrambled eggs, and a cup of water. I was actually eating this. God damn it, now I don't have it. I pour syrup on my pancakes and start to cut them. Shinso then says, "Is this what Americans and British people eat?" He then says as his face lights up and I say, "Yeah." He takes a bite and says, "Wow, this is amazing." He then stuffs his face with food, and I just laugh at his childish reaction. I gave him coffee, and he thanked me for the coffee. After breakfast, I looked at my phone and see the time, and I have at least an hour before school starts. And I go to my room and change into my uniform. And Shinso says, "Wait, is that the insert school name?" Because I have no idea, and because I'm lazy. "Is that insert school uniform?" I raise my eyebrow and say, "Yes." He then says, "I'm going to transfer there." Mine and his eyes lit up and say, "That's great." I say, "Then we can go together." I smile, and he says, "Sure, but I need my backpack." I say, "Just put on some normal clothes and we can go to your house and get your backpack and then go to school." He agrees, and he gets ready and walk to his house. I stayed outside and we went in, but then his mother invited me in and says, "Are you Hitoshi's friend?" in an excited tone, and I say, "You could say that." She shook my hand with both hands and said, "I'm so glad my baby has a wonderful, handsome friend like yourself. My Hitoshi is so lucky to have you." I kind of felt awkward, and then at that moment, Shinso came down the stairs and says, "Hey, Midoriya, Mom, what are you doing?" Shinso then says, "You never introduced me to your friend, so I had to introduce myself. What's your name, hun?" I say, awkwardly, Izuku Midoriya. "Hi?" She then continues and says, "Midoriya is such a lovely boy. You should have introduced me sooner." Shinso then says, "I didn't introduce you because I only met him yesterday since I got caught in the rain, and he invited me in, and even let me borrow some of his clothes. But Mom, I would have introduced you to him eventually, okay? And it's early, so yeah." She then says, "I'm sorry, baby. I was just emotional since you seem to have such a cute friend." Should I find this flattering? I mean, I guess. I say, "Well, we should get going. Bye, Miss Shinso." I grab Shinso's hand and I drag him to a few blocks before I say, "Sorry, it's just we have to get going before we're going to be late if we didn't go. I have nothing against your mom." He laughs and says it's fine. I sigh in relief, and we got to the school. I led him to the principal's office, and the principal says, "Hello, Shinso Hitoshi. Thank you for coming, and here is your schedule, and have a good day." Also, I'm pretty sure Shinso is his last name, and Hitoshi is his first name. I'm pretty sure. So if I got that mixed up, sorry. Just put in the comments. We leave, and I say, "What do you have first?" He then says, "Literature." I say, "Yikes, the literature teacher is a handful. You might want to just flop on the floor after and just sleep. He's exhausting." He then grabs his hair and says, "Oh, God." I then say bye, and he goes to his class. We hang out in between classes, and then lunch comes around to the roof. And someone approaches me. I say, "You need something?" He then says, "Hey, do you know what happened at the party?" My eyes widen and say, "I left early, but what happened?" He then says, "Well, everyone got arrested and I got grounded." I laugh my ass off in my mind and it's taking everything in my mental power and self-control to not laugh. I then say, Oh, I didn't know. What happened?" He then thanks me for my time and leaves. I start dying on the floor, and Shinso says, "Calm down, Jesus!" I then start bawling my eyes out of joy. It took 30 minutes for me to calm down. Our lunch, I wish I had that. After the school day ended, we're walking on the street when we got to my apartment to hang out and get in. J-Cat jumps into my arms and Shinso pets him, and J-Cat leans into the pet, and Shinso smiles. I smile too. I put J-Cat down and I say, "Want to watch a movie?" Shinso says, "Yeah." He then jumps on the couch, and I sit on the couch too. I grab a blanket and grab the TV remote and some popcorn, and make some popcorn real quick. I came back and we watched that movie for 2 hours. In the middle, he fell asleep and I took his phone and went to his mom's contact and then said, "This is Izuku Midoriya. He fell asleep, so he'll be staying at my place. So don't worry if he's not here tonight." She then says, "Okay, hun, thanks for telling me." I then put his phone down and I put down my hair and put my head on the couch and look at Shinso, then pick up the trash and throw it away. I struggled to pick him up in a bridal style and put him in my bed and arch my back in pain since that was kind of hard. I then get a call from work and then I pick it up and say, "This is Izuku Midoriya, hello?" They then say, "Oh, Midoriya, could you come in and cover a shift for a coworker? I'm so sorry. It's your day. It's your off day. You'll get a free vacation day, so could you please?" I sigh and say, "Okay, when? In a few hours, in a few days, a month?" They then say, "Tomorrow, 3:30 p.m.? I say, "Sure," and they hang up. I then look outside and see it's starting to get late, and light raining was starting up. I open the window in the front of the field of grass, in front of the sun, and I do some homework before then. I stay in that spot for a few hours. I then took a few pictures of my homework and then sent it to my teachers since I was too lazy to actually go to school and drop it off. And honestly, I don't care. Then at 7:33, rolled around while I was playing on my phone and being online, yelling at 10-year-old and felt like a child, but I didn't care since I wasn't a child legally until my 20th birthday, since 2 years and a couple months since my birthday is in the summer. I then hear my door open and hear Shinso coming out of the room. He then says, "How long have I been out?" I say about 4 or 5 hours. He then says, "Okay, oh God, my mom." I interrupt him and say, "I texted her and you're staying the night." He then says, "Thanks, I appreciate it. I would have gotten chewed out if you hadn't. Thanks." I say, looking at him, "No problem. We're friends, right?" I smile and he says, "Yeah. So I sleep in your room again?" I say, "Yeah, I'll sleep in the other room. Don't worry, I don't mind." He then says okay and goes back to my room. I then myself go over into the other room and sleep. Okay, this is part 3. There is a part 4. There is going to be a part 4, and the ship is Shinso, so I guess you don't like, but it's fine. Also, it is Izuku and Shinso. It's a ship, so yeah. If you don't like, I'm sorry, but there's just gonna be nothing adult hugging, if you know what I mean. There's not gonna be any of that. Just more affection and stuff, Nothing like that, just affection and sweet talk, sort of like fluff, Also, if you don't like it, it's fine. You don't have to watch it. And I hope you enjoyed, and this is London Silver, and have a good day, good night, good afternoon, noon, midnight, and goodbye. and have a nice time zone wherever the hell you are in this world, and have a good one.